We're here with Melissa Carone. She went viral on Twitter. I remember Twitter was calling you Sassy Face because you were so awesome up there. You were just telling them like it is, putting them in their place.
My name is Melissa Carone. I was contracted to work for Dominion Voting Systems to assist with IT during the election. I observed numerous employees, city workers, running batches of ballots through the tabulators. They were just rescanning, counting ballots 9 to 10 times, counting votes 9 to 10 times.
What brings you out here today? I mean,
I want people to understand what I saw. I want them to hear what I witnessed. My affidavit has over 20 counts of fraud on it. I was at the TCF Center working. I was actually contracted with Dominion Voting Systems, and I'm here to tell people what I saw and how much fraud I saw, and to support Trump. He's the best president we've ever had.
How did you feel about the responses that you were getting from some of those legislators? I mean, didn't they seem
ridiculous?
off?
I think they're ridiculous.
We have these people coming in here testifying, making claims. They should be under, we should have them under, what do you call it?
Oath.
Under oath.
She has an affidavit under oath.
And it should not
Representative.
Sir, I wrote a written affidavit. Yes, it is 100% true.
Why? We're not seeing the poll book off by 30,000 votes. That's not the case.
What did you guys do? Take it and do something crazy to it?
I'm just saying the numbers are not off by 30,000 votes. So
I know what
are you
I
saying
saw.
that they're filling in?
I know what I saw, and I signed something saying that if I'm wrong, I can go to prison. Okay. Did you? They're selling out our country, and we need to get people in that are gonna, support Trump and fully support him, and not sell the country out because they're scared.
Yeah.
Because I'm just a regular person. I don't have security, and I'm not scared. I get threats every day.
Yeah. Have you been receiving threats after your testimony?
Absolutely, every day. I could go through them right now with you. They're crazy. It's crazy. It's disgusting. I have 2 kids at home, and my address is posted all over the internet.
Wow, so they doxed you?
Yes, numerous times.
But you're here today. I mean, God obviously is protecting you. What you're doing is so important. You're shining the truth out there. Can you tell, for those who might have missed your testimony, a little bit about what you saw, what you witnessed?
Absolutely. So I witnessed batches come in ballots, or ballots come in batches, of 50. I watched them run these through tabulating machines numerous times without discarding them first, which was counting them numerous times. These workers weren't trained. They didn't know what they were doing, and if they did know what they were doing this on purpose. I watched it happen thousands of times. I watched in the adjudication process, I watched numerous ballots being judged by 2 Democrats. It's supposed to be judged by 1 Republican and 1 Democrat. That's why the rule is there, so it can be free or fair. It's not fair. It wasn't fair. Numerous ballots were being judged by 2 Democrats. It was ridiculous. I watched the Republicans, all the GOP people were just getting treated. It was mostly the GOP men were just getting pushed aside. They were just being hateful to them, disrespectful. But anybody that was a Democrat was welcomed and with open arms. It was crazy. I saw a truck at 4 a.m. come in, the garage door open, full of ballots, marked straight for Biden. I was there for 27 straight hours. I did not see a single ballot for Trump, not one. If that doesn't tell you something, I mean, that is just crazy. That's impossible. It's impossible for that to happen. Impossible. And also I find this very bizarre. An accounting center in the city of Detroit, where there's, thousands and thousands of ballots coming in. Why wasn't anybody talking about, who was ahead? I didn't hear it one time. The workers weren't talking, weren't asking, nothing about who was ahead. They didn't care because they knew. They knew because they were all in on it. The whole city was in on it. The whole city was in on it. It was the craziest thing I've ever witnessed. Right when I got out, I called my whole family and I told them exactly what I saw. I called the FBI 2 days later, told them, I talked to 2 different people, told them stories. They never called me back. They still haven't called me back. I will not stop. I will not stop. I will be on every single news channel every day. Everybody will see my face every day, and they'll hate me, and I don't care because I'm going to get the word out. I'm going to get the word out. People are going to know what I saw, and what I saw is fraud.
Definitely. I mean, this is not just a one-party thing. This is about American elections being free and fair.
And the Democrats should be concerned about this as well. They should, because this is an election. We have an election so people can vote, so the people of America can vote in our next leader. Our commander-in-chief. And it wasn't done right. It was stolen. It was stolen from us. So what? Now 30% of America is going to take Biden seriously as a president? No, it can't. We can't let it happen. We have to get together. We all have to stay together. We have to rally like this. We have to come together now. Republicans have to get louder. In the past we've been quiet. We've allowed them to push us around. We can't do that.
Do you hope to see criminal investigations happen?
I want a full forensic audit. A full forensic audit of the machines.
Okay. Because if they're looking at the ballots, even some of them, they might say, well, look, we're seeing a lot of ballots that were legitimate, but what you're saying is that they would take a batch and run it through multiple times
with no oversight. So in Detroit, normally, in most cities, the ballot box, the steel ballot box, is underneath the tabulating machine. So the ballots, as they get tabulated, will drop into a steel ballot box that you can't touch it. You can't touch them. But in Detroit, they had them running through this tabulator, and the workers had the steel ballot boxes behind them, and they had full access to these batches of 50 ballots for 10, 15, 20 minutes with no oversight. They were allowed to run them through without discarding them. I work in IT and cybersecurity. That's what my background is in. I know what it's doing. It's counting the votes. I watched it happen all night. And now we have all these Dominion employees missing. They're just missing. They're missing. And nobody can find them,
But do you think they're hiding because they don't want to get arrested?
Oh, absolutely. But I have something huge coming out Monday. Huge. I actually have a habit of recording things on my phone, and I came across a video I recorded, and it's crazy. It's crazy.
Wow. Was it from election night?
I'm really not allowed to say exactly what it's from, and I have more than one, but one of them is from Dominion themselves.
Wow, look at you. You're so smart. That's the best thing you could do if you're ever in a situation like this. If you ever find yourself in a situation, is try to film whatever you can.
Yeah.
Because that's always evidence that, you can get that in there. In most cases, it's admissible, and video speaks for itself, right?
Yeah. So that's going to air on Monday, and, hopefully that's all the proof that we need. Honestly, what's in this video, and I have it backed up numerous times. So,
well, I can't wait to watch it. And this is just so great what you're doing. The whole country appreciates you and what you've been doing. So thank you.
It's my duty as an American. It's my duty. It's what I saw. It's what I witnessed.
And it's for our kids, right?
Yeah.
That's what it's for at the end of the day. We're all doing this for all the children.
So our kids will have the right to vote. So our kids will not lose the rights we have. Because if we get Biden, it's going to be a tragedy. It would be what he's going to do to this country is going to be awful. just terrible. And I mean, just the thought of it makes me sick. You know, we didn't vote him in. We didn't vote him in. He didn't win. So that's the whole point. You know, he didn't win.
Yeah, there's no way that Biden got more votes than Obama. Just didn't happen, okay? Didn't. I've been covering rallies for the longest time. I covered his rallies when he was running before COVID. I covered Trump's and everyone's, and Biden had the least support even out of any of the Democratic candidates at all. And they really didn't have much. I mean, the only one that kind of had a little inkling of support was Bernie Sanders, which, you know, the Democrats watched them get the election stolen from them. Their primaries got stolen from Bernie Sanders and who they actually voted for because of election fraud and election meddling. But see, now when we pointed out, they pointed it out during theirs that something was off, something was wrong and amiss. When we pointed out here, they then just completely gaslight us and ignore us.
Absolutely. So they took every avenue to cheat in this election, every avenue. It started with COVID. Then they went to the mail-in ballots. They wanted everybody to stay inside. Don't go vote. Don't go vote. You'll get COVID and die. You're gonna kill people. You know. Do the mail-in ballots. We did the mail-in ballots. We're stupid enough to accept these mail-in ballots. And they look what they did. They destroyed the whole election. You know, I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Michigan is the worst because Michigan is ran by all Democrats, Democratic women. We got Whitmer. We got, you know, our Secretary of State is a nightmare. She's a nightmare. They certified this election, and one of them got threatened. It's just Monica Palmer. I'm sure you heard about that. Got threatened. Somebody said her kid's school name on a video, and she certified the election. And you know, that's selling out your country. You know, I mean, I've been threatened numerous times. I would never sell my country out. I don't have bodyguards in front of my house. I don't have, you know, she does. I don't, and I still wouldn't do it. We need to get these people out, these rhinos, these fake Republicans. They need to get out.
Yes, definitely. Well, thank you so much. Thank you for what you've been doing. All right, so it looks like General Flynn has just arrived here at the March for Trump rally in Washington, D.C. Thank you so much for what you've been doing. Thank you.
Well, if you're going to talk about General Flynn, we have to talk about Khashoggi.
So I reached out to Craig Timberg with Washington Post to do the story about the analogy that about a year later was when Jamal Khashoggi was murdered at the Turkish embassy. I believed he was an IAA asset.
To talk about Khashoggi, we also have to talk about Pakistani intelligence, the Awan brothers, Covington Law Firm.
In 2016, I got a job at Covington & Burling, in-house security. Our duties were to protect materials, computers, all that stuff.
Eric Holder, a high-value intelligence group.
Been a part of the deliberations which have established this high-value interrogation unit as part of the decisions to close Guantanamo.
Brennan, the CIA, Black Ops, all of that falls under that category.
So how do we fix it?
With The Awakening.
Turns out Shadowgate is going to be a trilogy.
This isn't a game, people, but these people are treating this like a game. And we need to stop them.
I hope you are enjoying the Shadowgate series. These films are made possible by you, the viewer. I don't work for any organizations, nor do I work for any news outlets. I am 100% an independent journalist, and I answer to no one except my viewers. If you would like to see more documentaries and exclusive reports, please visit my website, millennialmillie.com. You can support my work by purchasing these exciting new t-shirts, stickers, hats, and posters, or you can simply make a donation. You can also support my work by becoming a patron on my Subscribestar. You can find me at Millie Weaver on Subscribestar. Without your support, I cannot continue to provide you cutting-edge exclusive reports, documentaries, and bring you insider information, whistleblower leaks, and information that I am uniquely privileged to. It is so important that I have your support more now than ever. I promise you that I will do my due diligence and give you the real, hardcore truth, no matter what it takes. You can follow me on Twitter at Millie_Weaver. Subscribe to my YouTube channel, Millennial Millie. Subscribe to my twitch.tv/Millennial Millie and find me on Facebook as Millie Weaver. The future of real, honest journalism is up to you. Thank you for all of your support.